Diana sat in her home office, staring at James Chen's LinkedIn profile for the 15th time that week. 29. Senior analyst. Reliably excellent but lacking visibility. She recognized that phrase, had lived it for 20 years. Her cursor hovered over connect. Richard was in the shower preparing for his business dinner with Melissa, his 26-year-old secretary. Diana had receipts, hotel charges, text messages. She could hire a normal divorce lawyer. But normal had made her invisible. While tracking Richard's affair spending, she'd found something worse: systematic embezzlement. She needed someone inside the company, someone smart enough to understand the numbers, desperate enough to take the risk. Someone like James Chen, who Richard had just passed over for promotion. She typed, "I've heard impressive things about your work. Let's discuss your career trajectory. Let's meet somewhere private. Thursday, 7 p.m., the Claret Room?" Her heart raced, looking at his profile picture. That hope in his smile. This was strategic. James had access. James was motivated. She didn't let herself think about the warmth spreading through her chest. Diana clicked send. Then she went downstairs, kissed her husband goodbye, and watched him leave for his mistress. I stared at the LinkedIn notification. Diana Whitmore wants to connect with you. Diana Whitmore, wife of Richard Whitmore, my boss, the man who'd passed me over 3 weeks ago. Her message made my coffee taste metallic. "I've heard impressive things about your work. Let's meet somewhere private. Thursday, 7 p.m., the Claret Room?" My phone rang. "Dad, your cousin Michael made partner at 28. You're 29. Still analyst? These things take time. Excuses. Your mother and I didn't leave Taiwan so you could be average, James. I'm not average. You're invisible. That's worse. When will you take real risk?" He hung up. I looked at Diana's message. At my studio apartment I could barely afford. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. "This is Diana. I hope you'll say yes. I promise it's worth your time." Me. "How did you get my number?" Diana. "I have my ways." "Is that a yes?" Emma had left me because I was too careful. My father thought I was invisible. Richard had proven I was forgettable. "Yes," I typed. Thursday, 7 p.m. I was about to make the stupidest decision of my life. The Claret Room was mahogany walls and leather booths. Diana was already there. Wine half empty. Black dress. No wedding ring. She noticed me, noticing. I took it off. Makes these conversations easier. These conversations? She smiled knowingly. "You're not the first person Richard has screwed over. But you might be the first who can do something about it." A waiter materialized. Diana ordered me scotch without asking. "How much do you know about Whitmore Capital's Mercer Industries acquisition?" I blinked. That was VP level confidential. Rumors. Richard is going to tank it. Deliberately. He has a side deal with Mercer's competitor. Whitmore Capital loses $40 million. Richard personally makes $12 million. I drank half the scotch in one burning gulp. Why tell me? Because you have access to preliminary contracts. You're on the analysis team. You see numbers before they reach the board. You want me to blow the whistle? I want you to document everything. Build a case. Then we take it to the board together. Together? She sipped wine slowly. I'm his wife. I have access to things you don't. His computer. Home office. Bank statements. Her eyes met mine. He's been cheating on me for 3 years with his secretary. So this is revenge? This is justice. He destroys his career instead of yours. That promotion you deserved? You'll get it. Richard gets what he's earned. The booth felt small. I could see a tiny scar on her upper lip. Exhaustion beneath perfect makeup. Why me? Because everyone higher up is either complicit or too scared. You're young enough to still have integrity, smart enough to understand, desperate enough to actually do it. She wasn't wrong about desperate. What's in it for you? Her hands tightened around her glass. I was a financial analyst before Richard. Top of my MBA class. Had offers from 3 hedge funds. What happened? Richard happened. Said his career needed priority. That we'd take turns. She looked away. His turn lasted 20 years. I have a daughter in college studying what I used to do. She doesn't even know I used to do it. So this is about getting your career back? This is about proving I still can. That 20 years of charity galas didn't erase the person who could read balance sheets in her sleep. Her voice cracked. That I'm not just the woman Richard cheated on because she got too old. You're not old. I'm 15 years older than Melissa. You want to know what's in it for me? Proof that I'm still capable of something? Even if it's just capable of revenge. She slid a folder across the table. Bank statements, emails, dates, and times. You verify the numbers, cross-reference with your access, and we bury him. I stared at the folder like a live grenade. If I do this, I'm risking everything. It won't fail. I've been planning this for 6 months. You're the last piece. And if I say no? She smiled. Then you go home to your studio apartment, keep working for a man who'll never value you, and watch your career die slowly. Or, she pushed the folder closer, you take a risk. For once, in your careful, predictable life. How did she know I was careful? Predictable? Emma had used those exact words. Diana was watching me with intensity that made it hard to breathe. This was insane. This was also the most alive I'd felt in 2 years. Why do I feel like this isn't just about taking Richard down? Her composure cracked. Something vulnerable flickered across her face. Maybe I'm tired of being invisible. Richard looks through me like I'm furniture. And then I heard about you. The analyst he passed over. The one who's just as invisible as I am. She reached across the table. Didn't touch me. Just close enough that I could feel warmth. Maybe I wanted to meet someone who understands what it's like to be underestimated. To be valuable but unseen. The air shifted. This wasn't just about corporate revenge. I should go, I said, not moving. You should, she agreed, not pulling back. I looked at the folder. At her. At the wall around my safe, predictable life. Give me 3 days. I'll verify the numbers. If it's all there, I'm in. Her smile was relieved. Real. Thank you. I stood to leave. Her voice stopped me. James? This is going to get complicated. Are you ready? I wasn't. But I nodded anyway. The numbers were worse than Diana described. 3 sleepless nights, cross-referencing bank statements with corporate records. Richard wasn't just planning to tank the Mercer deal he'd been embezzling for 18 months. Then I did something stupid. I stared at Richard's calendar. Chicago. Monday, Wednesday. Diana's plan was solid. Gather evidence, present to board, let justice happen. But I thought about Brandon getting my promotion, about my father's disappointment, about careful James Chen, who never took initiative. I walked to Brandon's desk at 6 p.m., office mostly empty. Hey, Richard asked me to check his email for the Mercer contract. You have his password? Brandon barely looked up. Yeah. Perfect game 2019. I logged into Richard's personal email. Found the thread with Mercer's competitor. Every incriminating message Diana described, plus more, including an email from 3 days ago. Whitmore heads up. Someone's been asking questions about our arrangement. Might want to accelerate timeline. Someone was already suspicious. We had less time than we thought. I forwarded everything to a burner email, deleted the sent folder, logged out. Then I texted Diana. Richard knows someone's investigating. We need to move now. Diana. What did you do? Me. Hacked his email. We need to meet. Tonight. Your place. Long pause. Diana. You went behind my back. Me. I took initiative. Like you said I should. Diana. You could have compromised everything. Me. Or, I found evidence that proves this is bigger than we thought. Diana. Okay. But we're going to talk about you making unilateral decisions. Me. Looking forward to it. For the first time in my career, I'd taken a real risk. It felt fucking incredible. The Whitmore house was in Hancock Park. Diana answered in jeans and a silk blouse. No makeup. Hair loose. Come in. I hope you like Thai food. The house was beautiful in that cold, unlived-in way. Perfect furniture no one sat on. We've lived here 9 years. I've never felt at home. We spread documents across her dining table. Ate pad thai. Drank expensive wine. For 2 hours, we worked. Cross-referencing, building timelines, then she pushed back. Can I ask you something personal? I nodded. Why are you really doing this? It's not just about the promotion. You could take this evidence to the board yourself. Cut me out. But you haven't. I guess I understand what it's like to be married to the idea of someone instead of the actual person. My ex loved who she thought I could be. Never who I was. Diana's expression softened. How long ago? 1.5 years. She left for someone more exciting. I spent 6 months thinking I was too boring. Were you? Yes. But I didn't know how to be anything else. And now? I looked at her. at the silver threading through dark hair, at lines around her eyes that made her face more interesting, at intelligence and exhaustion and barely contained fury. Now I'm sitting in my boss's house, plotting corporate espionage with his wife, and it's the most honest thing I've done in years. She laughed. Honest? We're literally building a case to destroy his career. But it's real. It matters. I stopped. She'd moved closer. Not touching, but close enough to smell jasmine. Can I tell you something? She asked softly. I nodded. When I first researched you, I told myself it was strategic. You had access. You were ambitious. But then I saw your picture. Read your profile. Your supervisor called you reliably excellent but lacking visibility. She smiled sadly. And I thought, I know exactly what that feels like. The dining room felt very small. Deanna, I'm 44. I've spent 20 years being Richard Whitmore's wife. The pretty one at events. The charitable one at galas. I have 2 degrees I don't use and opinions no one asks for. She was inches away. You make me feel visible, and that's more dangerous than any of these documents. I should have stepped back. Instead, I asked, dangerous how? Her hand found my chest, not pulling, just there, warm. Because I'm starting to think this isn't just about taking Richard down. That maybe I wanted an excuse to meet you, to have someone see me as more than decoration. You're not decoration. You're brilliant and terrifying. She kissed me. Soft, quick, a question. I answered by kissing her back. Slower, certain. She tasted like wine and something sweet. Her hands tangled in my hair. Mine found her waist. We were pressed against the table, documents crinkling beneath us. Then, headlights swept across the window. We broke apart. That's not Richard. That's my daughter. Home from college. I heard a car door slam. Keys. Upstairs. Second door on the right. Don't make a sound. I grabbed my phone and ran. Found a guest room. Heard voices downstairs. Casual. Normal. Diana. She's staying overnight. Unexpected. You'll have to wait until she goes to sleep. Me. It's fine. I shouldn't have. Diana. Don't. Please don't regret it. Me. I don't. That's the problem. An hour passed. I heard the daughter Claire head to her room across the hall. Diana. I can't come in there. The floor creaks. She'll hear. Me. I can wait. Diana. Until morning? You'll be trapped. Me. I've been trapped in worse places. Long pause. Diana. I meant what I said. You make me feel visible. That's rare. Maybe dangerous, but rare. Me. You scare me. Diana. Good. We're about to blow up both our lives. Me. Is it worth it? Diana. Ask me when we're not hiding in separate rooms. I didn't sleep. Just lay there thinking about everything that could go wrong. The most reckless thing I'd ever done. And somehow, the most right. I escaped at 6 a.m. Diana walked me to the door in a robe, hair messy. We need to talk about last night, she whispered. I know, but not now. Not with Claire upstairs. She touched my face. Are you okay? Ask me when I've had coffee. She smiled. We're presenting to the board Friday. 4 days. Can you hold it together? Can you? No, but I'm going to try. I left, went to work, pretended nothing had changed. Richard walked past my cubicle. Morning, James. How was your weekend? Quiet. Just worked on reports. Good man. Keep your head down. That's how you get ahead. I watched him walk away. The man who'd embezzled millions, who'd cheated on his brilliant wife. 4 more days? Wednesday afternoon. Richard stopped by my desk. James. My office. Now, my blood froze. In his office, Richard closed the door. Sat on his desk edge. Someone's been accessing my personal email. IT flagged it, traced it to your floor. He smiled. You wouldn't know anything about that? No, sir. Interesting. Because you've also been asking questions about the Mercer deal. Questions above your clearance level. I'm on the analysis team. Your job is what I tell you it is. His voice went cold. Right now, I'm telling you to back off. Whatever you think you know, drop it. Or what? Or I'll make sure you never work in finance again. I have friends at every firm. One call, and you're blacklisted. He walked to the door, opened it. Oh, and James? Tell Diana I said hello. I know you two had dinner last week. At the Claret Room. Small world. He knew. He fucking knew. I texted Diana. He knows about us. About the investigation. We're out of time. Diana. Don't panic. Board meeting Friday. We go together or not at all. Me. What if he moves first? Diana. Then we move faster. But Thursday morning, everything changed. Mitchell Grant from the board called. We've received concerning documents. Anonymous. Regarding financial irregularities. Your name appeared. Can you come to a meeting tomorrow? 10 a.m.? Someone had sent the evidence early. I texted Diana. Did you send the evidence? Diana. No. Did you? Me. No. Someone else knows. Diana called. I ducked into the stairwell. This is bad. If someone sent incomplete evidence, Richard could spin it. Make it look like false accusation. Worse. He could make it look like we fabricated evidence. Who else knew? Long silence. Claire was home that night. She's studying forensic accounting. If she saw the documents, would she turn in her own father? She hates him. He forgot her birthday 3 years running. Had an affair with a woman her age. She'd absolutely turn him in. But she doesn't know about us. So she sent partial evidence without context, which could implicate both of us as conspirators instead of whistleblowers. What do we do? Diana's voice went cold. Determined. We go in tomorrow. Together. Tell the full story. Take control before Richard does. They'll ask how we got the evidence. And we'll tell the truth. That I discovered my husband's crimes. That I brought them to an analyst I trusted. Diana. Are you sure? We could still walk away? And let Richard control the story? No. We finish what we started. Even if it costs us? Especially if it costs us. I'm tired of being careful, aren't you? I thought about my studio apartment. My stalled career. My safe, invisible life. Yeah, I really am. The board meeting was in the executive conference room. 10 board members, 2 lawyers, Diana, and me. Richard arrived 5 minutes late. Saw Diana. Saw me. His face went white. What is this? Mitchell Grant gestured to seats. Sit down, Richard. We have questions. For 2 hours, we laid it out. Every transaction. Every embezzled dollar. Every lie. Diana presented financial evidence. I presented corporate records. Richard tried to spin it, called Diana vindictive, called me a disgruntled employee. Then Mitchell slid a folder across. Your daughter submitted preliminary evidence 3 days ago. We've had forensic accountants verify everything. It's all real, Richard. Richard's face crumbled. The board is voting to terminate you immediately. We'll refer this to federal prosecutors. You have 1 hour to collect your belongings. Richard stood, looked at Diana. You did this. You destroyed me. No. You destroyed yourself. I just documented it. He turned to me. What did she promise you? Money? Promotion? Her? I met his eyes. She promised me nothing. I did it because it was right. He laughed bitterly. You're sleeping with her. I can see it. Actually, Mitchell interjected, we don't care. What we care about is that you committed fraud. Now get out. Security escorted Richard out. Mitchell turned to us. We're grateful. Diana, I assume you'll be filing for divorce? Already have. James, we'd like to offer you the senior analyst position. 40% salary increase. I should have felt triumphant. Instead, I just felt tired. Diana and I met 3 blocks away in a coffee shop. She looked exhausted. Beautiful. Real. We did it, she said. We did. So why don't I feel better? I took her hand across the table. First time we'd touched since that night. Because it's not over. The fallout is just beginning. Over the next months, it got ugly. The divorce was vicious. Richard tried to paint Diana as a gold digger who'd manipulated me. His lawyers dug into everything. Claire testified for her mother. Gave the judge a character statement about a father who'd never been present. My promotion came through, along with whispers. He only got it because he slept with Whitmore's wife. My mom called. What were you thinking? She's 20 years older, 15. And I was thinking that she's brilliant and brave. Was it worth it? I looked across my new office. Ask me in a year. Diana's divorce finalized 4 months later. Richard went to federal prison for 6 years. We didn't see each other during those months. Lawyers advised against it. But the day her papers were signed, she texted, It's done. I'm free. We met at the same coffee shop. So, she said, what now? I missed you. Her eyes filled. I missed you too. Every day. Everyone thinks I'm using you for career advancement. Everyone thinks I'm a cougar who seduced you for revenge. Are we witch? Opportunists? Or something real? I reached across the table, took her hand. No hiding. I think we're two people who were invisible for too long, who found each other in the worst possible way, and who somehow made it through. She squeezed my hand. I'm 44, James. I have a daughter your age. I'm 29 with a promotion everyone thinks I didn't earn, a family who thinks I've lost my mind. Not exactly a fairy tale. No, but it's real. That's better. She smiled. The first real smile in months. So what do? We try. No hiding. No justifying. We just try. People will judge. They already do. It might not work. Probably won't. We could both end up hurt. Definitely will. She laughed. You're terrible at romance. I'm terrible at safe. But I'm learning to be okay with that. We left together, walking side by side. Visible, complicated, real. My phone buzzed. Text from my mom. Your father saw you on the news. Call me. I deleted it. Looked at Diana. Ready for this? No. But I'm ready to try anyway. 6 months later, Claire came to Diana's new apartment. I was there. Answered the door. You, Claire said. Flat. Cold. Hi, Claire, right? I know who you are. You're the guy my mom used to destroy my father. That's not, isn't it? She pushed past me. Where is she? Diana came out. Claire, honey, you came. I came to ask you something. Claire's voice shook. Did you ever love Dad? Or was your marriage just a transaction you eventually cashed out? Diana's face crumbled. Of course I loved him. Once, a long time ago. But not enough to try therapy? To give him a chance? He embezzled millions, Claire. He was having an affair. Your marriage. You could have divorced him quietly. But instead, you, Claire, gestured at me, found someone barely older than me, and used him to destroy Dad's entire life. I didn't use James. You're 44. He's 29. You think he's with you for your personality? Claire. Diana's voice went sharp, but I stepped forward. It's okay. Let her say it. Claire turned to me. Answer honestly. Did you sleep with my mom before or after you agreed to take down my father? The question hit like a punch. After. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't attracted to her from the beginning. See? This whole thing is built on revenge and daddy issues. That's enough, Diana said. Is it? Because you blew up our entire family to play out some midlife crisis. Claire's eyes were wet. Dad's in prison. You're playing house with someone my age, and I'm supposed to be okay with it? I'm not asking you to be okay with it. I'm asking you to try to understand. I understand perfectly. You chose yourself over everyone. Congratulations. You're both selfish. Claire grabbed her bag. Wait, I said. For what it's worth, I didn't plan this. You should. Because she will. Eventually. She left. Diana sat down slowly. She's right. I am selfish. We both are. But at least we're honest about it. Is that enough? I didn't know. But I sat next to her and pretended it was. 1 year later, the VP position opened up. I'd been senior analyst for 18 months, exceeded every metric. Mitchell Grant called me into his office. James, you're doing excellent work. Thank you. I was hoping to discuss the VP opening. About that. He shifted uncomfortably. The board feels it's too soon. Too soon? I've outperformed every analyst. It's not about performance. It's about optics. The Whitmore situation. Some board members still feel uncomfortable. That was 2 years ago. Richard was guilty. I know. But perception matters. And the perception is. He trailed off. That I slept my way to senior analyst. I didn't say that. You didn't have to. I texted Diana. Didn't get VP. Whitmore baggage still following me. Diana. I'm sorry. You deserved it. Me. Did I? Or did I blow up my career for nothing? Long pause. Diana. Is that what you think? Me. I think I'm 2 years in and still paying for a decision I thought was right. Diana. Do you regret it? I stared at the question. The honest answer was, Sometimes. But I typed, no. Just tired of paying. Diana, me too. That night, late, Diana's apartment, our apartment now. Do you think we're the good guys? Diana asked the darkness. What? Claire asked me that. If I thought I was the hero of this story, I didn't answer. She said, heroes don't destroy people, even people who deserve it. Richard stole millions, cheated. He deserved. Did he deserve prison? Or did he deserve a trial, a divorce, and us moving on? Diana turned to face me. We didn't just take him down, James. We dismantled him, made sure he lost everything. He made sure we felt like nothing. And that makes it okay? An eye for an eye? I thought about it. I don't know. Does it matter? It's done. It matters to Claire. She thinks I'm vindictive, that I used you to punish her father. Did you? She didn't answer for a long time. I don't know. I thought I was reclaiming my power. But maybe I was just hurting him the way he hurt me. We lay there in the dark, both wondering if we were heroes or villains, or just hurt people hurting back. My parents still won't talk to me, I said quietly. It's been over a year. Claire sends one-word text responses. When she responds at all, was it worth it? I asked. Diana was quiet. Then, ask me on good days and I'll say yes. Ask me on bad days. She took my hand. On bad days, I'm not sure. That's the most honest thing you've ever said. Does it scare you? Yes. But I'm here anyway. She kissed my forehead. That's the most honest thing you've ever said. We held each other, and I tried not to calculate if love was worth this particular cost. Most days it was. Some days I wasn't sure. And that was the truth no one tells you. Sometimes risky choices work out and you still grieve what you lost. 2 years later, Diana got a job at a nonprofit, director of financial oversight. Using her real skills, I kept my promotion, proved I deserved it. The whispers never fully stopped, but they got quieter. My father called. Your mother wants you to come to dinner. Does she? Or do you? Long silence. We both do. It's been 2 years, James. I went to dinner. It was awkward. Polite. My mother asked careful questions. My father said almost nothing. But as I was leaving, Dad put his hand on my shoulder. You seem different. I am. Better? I thought about it. About the promotion I'd earned but would never get credit for. About Claire, who barely spoke to Diana. About the whispers. But I also thought about Diana laughing in our kitchen. About feeling visible. About choosing myself. Consequences and all. Yeah. Better. It wasn't perfect. We fought about stupid things. Struggled with the age gap. Dealt with judgment and weird comments. Claire came to Thanksgiving that year. Didn't stay long. Barely spoke to me. But she came. It's a start, Diana said after she left. Is it enough? It has to be. We stood in the kitchen, holding each other. And I realized something. We weren't heroes. We weren't villains. We were just two people who'd been invisible so long that being seen, really seen, felt like revolution. The price was high. The cost was real. Some days I wondered if it was worth it. But Diana looked at me like I mattered. And I looked at her the same way. In a world that had spent years telling us we were forgettable, that was everything. Richard was in prison. Diana was free. I was promoted. We were together. It was messy and complicated and real and imperfect and sometimes painful. And most days, that was enough. Sometimes reckless is the only way to find real. Sometimes the worst decision is the one that saves you. Sometimes the most inappropriate thing is the truest thing you'll ever do. I learned that from a LinkedIn notification. From a woman who saw me when no one else did. From taking a risk that should have destroyed me but somehow built me instead. We're still paying the price. We're still not sure if we're heroes or just selfish. We're still wondering if it was worth it. But we're still here, still visible to each other. And in the end, maybe that's the only answer that matters.